ask me why I decided to do this today or why I look like shit, because I've had a long day. So this morning, me and Freya got up at about 7:30 a.m., which is pretty early, and we had to take my son, who's in 6th grade, to his first day of school in Arizona. And then straight from there, we went to the gym. Freya goes to daycare at my gym. And then from there, we went to the store. And then from there, we came back home, ate lunch, and then went to the park. We found a new park, and it was super, super cool. So yeah, it's been a morning, and I haven't showered. I popped on some lashes and put my hoops in because I wanted to feel somewhat presentable. But looking at myself right now, I'm not feeling it so much. Also, I apologize because my nose keeps running and I don't know how to stop it. I don't know why it's running either. I had some time to kill today, and also Freya is knocked after being at the park for the past hour, so I decided why not film? So if you hear my dogs, because they like to bark at everything that moves outside, or if you hear my neighbors or workers that are outside, I apologize. I'm still trying to get the hang of this mic thing. Like, there's so many buttons. Like, why can't I just turn it on and it just does what it is supposed to? I don't fucking know. But so today I just wanted to show you guys or talk to you guys about what books I have read since the new year. I am on my 5th book currently, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking a little bit, but it's just because I've been busy. But I've read enough of it to talk about it a little bit, so yeah. I have them all like written in my notes, so if you see me looking down a lot, that's why. So let's just get started. So the first book that I read this year, of course, was Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. So before I talk about this, I just want to kind of explain to you guys how I rate my books. I just rate them 1 to 5 stars. So yeah, I'll kind of talk to you guys about these books, what I think about them, and what I rated them. So yes, the first one was Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. And I gave this book 5 stars just because I love Colleen Hoover's style of writing. It's very easy to follow and read, and it also makes it very easy to like create a picture in your head of the characters and like different scenarios. I think this book is very good at bringing light to the process of grief and loss, which I feel is always important to shed light on because everyone grieves differently. This book made me cry on more than one occasion. And I always tell people I love a book that makes me cry and feel things. So this was a good book for that. And I gave this book a 5-star rating. And I know people feel their certain ways about Colleen Hoover, but I love her. And I love her style of writing. And yeah, don't come for me. The next one is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and I also gave this one 5 stars. I'm just going to read what I wrote about all these books because it's just easier that way. I also gave It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover 5 stars. Again, her writing style is just all around great and super easy to read. I found myself literally physically invested in these books, in the sense that I can't put them down. Colleen Hoover does a great job at bringing light to real life scenarios. This one was great in shedding light on domestic violence and also on the fact that not everything is what it seems. A couple can look so happy on the outside, but you never know what's going on behind closed doors. Being a victim to domestic violence myself, this book has a soft spot in my heart, and it was just overall a good read and a great book to relate to. And I know a lot of other people have been victims to domestic violence, and I just think it would be a good book for you to read if you have, or if you haven't, whatever, toot your horn. The next book is called The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose, and I also gave this one 5 stars. Probably more like 5.5. This book was absolutely incredible and probably my favorite book I've read this year thus far. It was a very easy 5-star rating for me. If you love thrillers, this is a good book to read. The author, Geneva Rose, did a phenomenal job of creating crazy twists and turns throughout the story, and I did not expect the ending whatsoever. Although I did feel that some of it was a bit unrealistic, that would be my only complaint. There's just some things that would never happen in the real world, But then again, look at the world we live in. The unexpected happens every single day. With that being said, this book was very easy to read. I read it in like 4 days, and it was so incredibly hard to put down. If not for being a mom and being busy, I probably would have read it in 1 day. Period. That book was so good. And I'm not one to reread books, but I would probably reread that one. I actually left that one back in Oregon so that my mom and my grandma could read it because I just loved it so much. The next book is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I gave this one 5 stars as well. I have a funny story about this book. It was recommended to me by my little sister Sadie, who is also a bookworm. She said, "You need to read this, and you need to read this before the show comes out." I was like, okay. So I started reading, right? And after my first sitting, I tried to look for this band's music. I couldn't find any but one song. I was like, that's weird. I went and asked my sister where I could find their music. She said, "Ella, this isn't a real band, right?" And I died laughing. I guess I didn't see the part where this book is a novel, and when I started it, everything just felt so real and so realistic for the lifestyle of a rock band back in the 70s. This book was incredible. If you love music, if you love the 70s and heartbreak, you will love this book. I can't wait for the show. The cast members are so fitting for the characters in the book. And with that being said, I gave it a 5-star rating. So yeah, I think the show comes out like next week, and I'm so excited. So the next book that I read is called Cemetery Girl by David Bell, and I gave this book only a 3.5 stars. So this is probably my least favorite book of all the books I've read so far, and I'll tell you why. The ending was not what I expected, and in a bad way. I thought it was going to be a lot more thrilling and jaw-dropping, but it wasn't. Kind of just ended, However, I do think the book was good and very easy to read. His style was a lot like Colleen Hoover's, as in, very easy to create a picture, very easy to read. Her style of writing and his are probably almost the same. The whole story was very realistic all around, and we have definitely seen it happen in the real world, which makes it pretty creepy. Is it my favorite? No. But do I think it's worth the read? yes, for those reasons, I only gave it a 3.5 stars. Okay, so the last book is the book that I'm currently reading, and it is A Good Man by Annie Katz. I hope I'm saying that right, because Annie is usually like Annie, but this one's Ani, so maybe I'm thinking that it's Ani. Not me not knowing how to freaking pronounce names and talking about books. Okay. So the book I'm currently reading is A Good Man by Annie Katz, or Ani Katz. I'm not too far into it, only because I'm trying to get settled in at home for reasons I will explain eventually, hence a life update video coming very soon. But that's not what this video is about. Anyway, so far it's very interesting, and this book actually doesn't have chapters, it just kind of keeps on going. The main character of the book gives me Penn Badgley vibes from the show You. If you know, you know. I'm excited to get into this book more. And, yeah. So, that's pretty much everything so far. I'm definitely going to let you guys know what I think of A Good Man. And, yeah. But I'm about halfway through it. So, we'll see what happens. So, along with the books that I've read, I wanted to tell you guys what I want to read, what's on my to-be read list. And the first one, I am not 100% sure I'm gonna read, just because the first book, like, I just think it ended so well, and I've also heard that it's not as good as the first one, so, like, why waste my time, you know? But the first book is It Starts With Us. The second book is Court of Thorns and Roses. My sister Sadie swears that I need to read them, and I am so excited to start reading them. The next one is Verity. The next one is Reminders of Him. The next one is Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And then the last one is The Silent Patient. I also have a bunch of other books that I need to read, but anyways, thank you for watching this video. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this whole change of video style, I guess. It's kind of odd. I mean, I thought it was odd at first too, like ASMR, but like it's become a huge community, and I've watched it for years. So yeah. Anyways, love you guys. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.